Hey everyone, as in the 10 viewers watching this, I'm Artie, and I had a chance to play Crush Online during its closed beta tests, and I'd like to share with you some information about the features and different aspects of the game, and of course show you some gameplay. So I spent good 30-40 hours playing Crush Online. Sadly, half of the time was running around from point A to point B. But anyway, so let's start from character creation. Character creation is next to none. Couple faces, even less hairstyles, some coloring, and outfits preview. So there are 3 classes to choose from, and they are gender locked: Saint, Punisher, and Guardian. Each class can fight with 2 or 3 different kinds of weapons. As you can see, Saint class can fight with blades, dual guns, and wands. Punisher uses bows and daggers, which were taken down in the middle of beta tests. But daggers in Crush Online are just typical assassin class weapon, just like in every other MMO. Guardian fights with maces or hammers and cannons, which look like miniguns. You can switch weapons on the fly during combat, so that's cool. In the character creation, you can also choose which nation you will represent in the game, but I will tell you about it a little later. So how the 3 classes perform in battles, you ask? It's nothing really surprising there. The Guardians are slow, heavy armored, resistant to physical and magic attacks. They take their time to hit someone, but then again the damage is pretty high. Saints are the opposite of Guardians. They're moving fast, attacking fast, with low damage. They're not so bad, but still low in physical attacks resistance, and they're well protected against magic attacks. Punisher is somewhere in between with its attack and movement speed. It has high damage and physical armor, but low resistance to magic. There are no single skills in the game to put in your skill bar, but there are skill sets, and there is many of them. Each set of skills is attached to weapons you get by default, or you can craft later in the game. So I will briefly show you each skill description of each set of each class, so prepare to pause the video if you are interested in reading that. Visual side of skills is not so impressive. Some of them skills, especially AoE ones, make their presence known naturally by blowing everything up around. Except active skills, we got masteries, which are the same for all the classes. Masteries are more or less passive skills, adding to offense and defense, as you can see. Okay, so I'm showing you briefly every single mastery. Now, what can you do in the game? Couple things. First of all, you need to level up, and you do it by questing. Quests are typical, like in every other MMO. You go there, kill this, gather that, go back, repeat. Good news is, you level up quite fast. So, bunch of quests to complete, and you're like 2 levels higher. You can grind on mobs if you really want to, but I didn't find it as effective as questing. So the point of the game, at least in the way I see it, is to fight over territories with other nations. I mentioned before about 3 nations to choose from in the character creations. So those 3 nations take over and fight for territories on the map all the time. Taking over territory is pretty simple. You kill mobs on your way to small bosses guarding towers. When all the towers are taken, big boss spawns and you kill it. And that's all. Of course, it's more interesting when players from other nations are involved, then real war starts. So in such wars, you can use strategy skills which allow you to spawn golems, minions, set traps, buff yourself and your allies. You can also ask for meteor shower airstrike. Josie had this annoying situation.
So, I had this situation when Reds took over Moonlight Temple. I had to kill some mobs in the Moonlight Temple for quest, and I couldn't because it was taken by Reds. So I had to reclaim it to finish my quest.
I don't think it was Moonlight Temple.
Whatever.
Okay, what else? Oh, there is this buff system, I would call it. So during combats or battles, you get SP points for each kill. It didn't say what SP stands for. Those points can be spent for adding buffs to your armor pieces. It can be like more damage, faster attack, more armor, better critical, so on and so forth. Armor pieces buffs and SP points reset every time you change map. You can also craft weapons and armors. You can level up weapons using these stones. I forgot the name. You can also reinforce your weapons, so they go from class D to class C to class B to the A. And you can crush things online. So you get like lots of stuff from killing mobs. So when your backpack is full of armor pieces and such, you just go back to the salvage guy and you crush things to get useful stones and sticks. So basically you crush, and you do it online. Crush. Thanks for watching. Crush. The end. Crash.